Weekend party called a rave ends in a police raid. More than 900 people were arrested. Police Chief Philip Ariola is saying the rave raid follows months of investigating reports of unlicensed sales of alcohol, pills, marijuana, and other drugs.
Now, many of those who attended the rave say they're being held responsible for activities they didn't even participate in. Joining us live by phone is Dan Jansen. He attended the Halloween party Saturday night, was arrested and fined. Dan, thanks for joining us tonight. Tell us what the scene was early Sunday morning when police arrived.
Well, everybody's dancing around, having a great time. Everything was positive. There was no alcohol present. They were serving Gatorade and Kool-Aid. Definitely a positive situation. Police rushed in, handcuffed everybody, turned on the lights, and issued citations for around 6 or 7 hours.
What we're seeing here is some of the first pictures from inside the party. Now, this is after the police came, right?
Yes, this is.
And now, they handcuffed everyone and told them to kneel on the floor.
Everyone.
Now, you said that there's no alcohol present. Are you saying that there was no alcohol present at all, or there was no alcohol being served officially by the sponsors of the party?
No alcohol being served. I personally saw, out of 1,000 people, I estimated, only 3 empty beer bottles.
Dan, can you explain for people who don't know what a rave is?
Yeah, it's just a positive situation. People go and dance, have a good time. I've been to a few myself, and never have I even seen any confrontations, any type of fight, anything. It's definitely a positive situation.
But these are held all over, I mean, in different cities at different times. You've been to about 10 of them yourself?
Definitely, yes.
Why do you call it a positive situation? Is it because the alcohol isn't sold, or?
There's no alcohol. There's no fights. It's definitely on the up and up. Everyone's in good spirits, and everyone has a good time.
Now, this, of course, is your opinion, but you told me earlier that you think the police were looking for something else when they busted it.
Definitely.
That they were surprised to find it as much under control as it was. They thought it was a big after-bar bash, and that it's really something a little different?
Yeah, definitely. I think they thought it was an after-bar party. All the tickets they gave out were pre-stamped for alcohol. When they rushed in and they found that there was no alcohol, I think they had to save a little face, and instead of walking back out, they still issued the tickets.
What about the fact that you said there was marijuana flowing freely there? Do you think that would be enough reason for police to bust in?
When the police showed up, there were a few people who ran to the side and did ditch some bags of marijuana and things.
Mm-hmm. Dan, is this kind of a phenomenon in reaction to a higher drinking age? Young people need some kind of place to socialize and go, and so these parties are springing up as a result of that?
I think so. At my age of 19, there is really nothing for us to do. Now in Milwaukee, you've taken something away from us, and we are now forced to go back to the clubs, go back to the high school, the college parties, and drink. And I think there's a lot more fights and a lot more trouble at those parties.
Real quickly, Dan, what is your fine, and what are you going to do about it?
My fine is $325, and I plan to go to court and fight the charge.
Now, we're just talking with Dan Jansen. He was one of the many people, one of the 900 people arrested at that party. This story will continue to develop, and we'll keep you up to date. Thanks for giving us a little insight into what brought about the whole party, Dan.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Dan.